And if you've been dreaming, setting intentions, putting out these wishes, then don't be surprised when the wrong people are knocked out of your life. So be thankful. Thank goodness that's over so you can get started and move forward and continue on with your beautiful life. And take what you need out of this breakup and turn that into power. And own your story, own your life. I know that feeling of heartbreak sucks. It feels like death. I get it. And in the midst of all these emotions, I know it's hard to even see any bright sides or positivity in the situation. But let me tell you something. Heartbreak is like a key to the door of your soul's growth. And will give you a type of wisdom that is so valuable to have as a person. And so I know it's so hard to go through, but you really are getting rewarded with gifts that you can take on in your life. Because your soul constantly needs to grow. And sometimes when we're not tuned in and listening to the nudges of the universe, in comes a person that is going to rip your heart apart or break it in pieces and finally make you listen. Because there's lessons to be learned. There are things you got to understand about yourself. There's a lot of work to do in this life. And sometimes when we're not on that path, somebody has to come in and really shake you up so that you can wake back up and get back into the right direction and the right path. The heartbreaks are really blessings in disguise because they really get us to pay attention and listen. Because when the heart aches like that, you can't do anything else because the pain is so much. So to grow your soul, to evolve, to move forward in life, to learn so many important lessons about your heart, your mind, yourself, relationships. I mean, heartbreak is like the express university or college that you need to get that degree because it's so important. So important to carry that type of experience with you in life. As long as you don't let that heartbreak really harden your heart. Because the real flex is staying soft despite all the pain. Because our minds get negative, our viewpoints of people and the world start to get negative. We lose a little bit of our light and shimmer, and that's not the purpose. It happens, but you're not supposed to come out the other side like that and stay like that. You take your time, you grieve, you get yourself together, you really be kind to your emotions and really take care of yourself after any type of heartbreak or something really difficult you go through. But then you get yourself back because the purpose of that is to move you forward, not to keep you stuck or to have you give up on life. No, 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 no. And especially self-love is something that is ongoing process in life. But some of these toxic relationships that are not good for us really show us what self-love really looks like. Because let me tell you something, when you love yourself, you will never put yourself, if you truly, truly love yourself, you will not put yourself in a situation where you don't feel safe, you don't feel cared for, protected, and loved. You just won't. A lot of these relationships that are not good for us that we got out of, and congratulations for that, but they're really here to show us how far we are from loving ourselves, like truly loving ourselves. And with this wisdom and this growing of your soul and who you are, and all the lessons in life really do make you a more robust, valuable human being. But you can also find purpose after heartbreak, because what you learned, what you went through, you can now share and guide others. I'm sitting here today doing the same thing. I never thought, I know you probably heard this a million times from other people, I never thought I would do this. The only reason I'm doing it is because I got myself out of a lot of shit alone and in isolation. And to see my life the way it is now and what I got myself out of, there's no way I could not share this. And as you go on the journey, you really do start to understand that a part of your work is also to teach what you've learned. You don't just keep all the secrets to yourself and gatekeep. You have to help others. And so what I needed when I was in your position, in that heartbreak, just so low, like couldn't get any lower, I want to be that for you. So I found purpose out of my heartbreak. I found self-love out of my heartbreak. There was a lot of gifts in my heartbreak. And it's hard to see when you're in it, but as time goes by, the heartbreak really does turn into something beautiful. The pain really does turn into power. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to really know there's a better life for you. Really, really know that, because there always is. And so the soul growth, the wisdom, the lessons that come out of this, heartbreak, what you learn about yourself, what you learn about other people, what you're willing to accept, what you're not, like, wow, to me that looks like a pretty good deal, but shit, you really learned a lot of important life lessons and insights that you're going to carry with you forever in that period of time. So be thankful almost to the situation, the relationship. And being thankful and having gratitude for what you went through, because you know deep down inside it's for your better, that energy itself is so good for your healing. You will have the times where you're sad, but to really start to have the mindset of, you know what, this is in my favor. I needed this. My soul needed this. I have so much more wisdom now. I know so much more about myself now. To really have that energy of gratitude is a magnet for blessings and abundance. So it's a win-win situation, you see. You start to feel better, and your life reflects it as well. When you stop to focus on just the pain, and to start to really reprogram your mind and start to consider everything you got out of the pain and the heartbreak. And remember, some of these lessons are also really important to make sure you don't keep repeating it, because you're going to see the same lesson in another person. And if you escaped this relationship, got out, or you got broken up with, or whatever it is that forced you to be separated from this person, you got to understand that if you don't learn the lesson, the next person you date, there's going to be these repeated patterns. So healing is really, really important, because rebounding and jumping into the next thing is really not going to do anybody any good. The person you're dating, you're going to bleed on them. You haven't even healed yourself. You're going to repeat the same. That's what happens until you really say, no, stop. Let me rebuild this heart first before I take this broken heart into another relationship. And that's what most people do because they don't want to look inside. What I'm saying right now is by looking inside, you become a whole other level of power. And take that version of you forward. Stop taking your broken self forward from one relationship to another relationship, keeping yourself so distracted because you refuse to look inside and do a deep dive of what's going on in your heart, your mind, your soul, your body. It doesn't make any sense to me. I get why you're doing it, but it doesn't help you. It's just going to keep repeating. So why don't you just kind of fix the problem as opposed to keep gluing and band-aiding this broken glass? Like, let it fucking shatter. Build yourself a new glass, because guess what? You got the tools, you got everything you need. So after a heartbreak, your job is to take care of yourself, to really love yourself through the process, most definitely not going back. But also don't be careful of your energy. Don't be sneaking up, peeping, looking at social media or what that person's up to, trying to do drive-bys of somebody's house, like all that weird shit people do. Don't get caught up because that is just going to, again, recycle this negative energy. Because where your energy and your focus goes, I mean, that's what you're going to manifest. And so keeping your energy tied to this person is probably the worst thing you can do. Go through the grieving process, cry, do what you need to do, but also start to put the focus on you and love yourself and let karma do what it needs to do. And karma is an energy. Karma is not like this, it's an energy. And so any wrongdoing, let karma handle that. That's not your business. That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is you. Your responsibility is not to make sure the person that broke your heart gets consequences or really feels it or to take revenge. Like that's so low vibrational that that's just going to slow your process down. That's going to keep you in a heartbreak for much longer than it needs to be because you're giving energy to those thoughts, that person, the past, the pain. I mean, you're just in literally a washer dryer of negative thoughts and negativity. So let life handle the other person, okay? You don't need to worry about that. You continue to do good. Don't pollute your water. Like, why would you do that? Keep your aura, your energy, your heart, your mind as positive as possible. Because you have a life waiting for you, whether you want to see it or not, after heartbreak. And the more you focus on that, the more you believe in that, the more you surrender into that, the more you put one foot in front of the other and do the work, the inner work, the outer work, whatever it is, even if it's one thing a day, one thing a week, doesn't matter. That's how true changes are made, and that's how your life starts to really change. So be graceful. Be graceful. Stay in that gratitude as much as you can, as hard as it is. Listen to your affirmations, do whatever makes you feel positive, like exercise, go for walks, clear your mind. All you should be doing is constantly taking care of yourself and giving yourself what it needs to stay positive. So look, heartbreak sucks, but when you start to think of it differently, you can really start to change the narrative. You can really start to change how long it takes you to heal. You can really start to change your outer reality by shifting your mindset, which then determines your emotions. And your emotions really get stuck in your body and really determines your energy levels and your physical nervous system and your body. So really start to look at these heartbreaks and these painful situations of betrayal or whatever it is that you went through as things that you needed, your soul needed, your life needed. And they are situations to take you forward, to really take your life forward. And if you've been dreaming, setting intentions, putting out these wishes, then don't be surprised when the wrong people are knocked out of your life. So be thankful. Thank goodness that's over so you can get started and move forward and continue on with your beautiful life and take what you need out of this breakup and turn that into power. And own your story, own your life. You're not going to make those same mistakes again. You're just not. You did it once, done. Okay, we got this now. I believe in you. You believe in you. You know things always work out. And when you put effort in them, they work out even faster and even better. There's so many people you haven't even met yet. There's so many people you haven't met yet. There's so many places you haven't been yet. There's a life after heartbreak. And I'm here to guide you and show you the way. I love you. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. And I will see you next time. Thank you for all your love and support. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.